So let's start this video with the facts, because I know that a lot of people are going to be very skeptical about this. So I have done my research. So the PBT has a melting point of 223 degrees Celsius. So the problem with your ovens is that most of the time our ovens are set at about 200 degrees. So when we open the oven and we get that blast, then it's almost melting the lashes. And hairdryers can go between sort of 80 degrees to 180 degrees, depending on how powerful it is. So again, we're getting up to those really high heats where they can really, really change the curl. Obviously, if you stand near a fire or anything like that, then you are actually going to physically singe them. Now, the point in which the plastic will start to change, soften and change, is around 60 degrees. And I have experimented this myself with water. We did water that was at about 58 and there was absolutely no change. And that's hotter than you would have your bath. So it's around 60, 65 degrees that you would then see the curl start to change. Now, the eyelash curler that I've got has got 3 settings and it goes from, I think, 40 degrees, 60 degrees, and then 75 degrees. They all differ in their own way. But the one that I've got, it has those settings. So I put it on the highest setting, which is 75 degrees. And obviously that's not enough to melt the lashes, but it is enough heat to change the curl of the lashes. So that's what I've been experimenting with. So here we go. So here is the one that I got from Amazon. So if you look closely, the red in the center, that's like a wire, the wire that gets hot. And then around the wire is another wire that like coils over it, and then on top of that you've got this like raised plastic guard, I suppose. So this never gets hot to the point where like you can't touch it. Like it's warm, don't get me wrong, but it's not hot. But it's the little metal rods, the little red ones, that get up to 75 degrees, and then everything else is protected. So you know you can't burn anybody. This has been on for about 5 minutes. You can't burn anyone with that. It's absolutely fine. So I chose a C-curl to experiment. So I started at the base and then I sort of went up a little bit just to tease it round. I stayed away from the very, very tips and just moulded it back into its curl, and look at the difference. To be fair, it did take a couple of minutes, but it did work and there was absolutely no damage. Okay, so I'm not going to do any more with her. She's had a week of it. The only thing I didn't do was face plant her on a pillow so that her face was down, like for the night. I was going to do that, but I didn't. But I don't think she needs it. Look how straight they are. So, yeah. All of those things. And you can see that sheen on them. Can you see? That is all built up product. And that alone, with the oven and the hairdryer, has made them go straight. Oven and hairdryer, biggest culprits, I would say, in my opinion. And then product, you can actually feel it. You can feel the product on there. So yeah, there we go. Heat. So I am going to try and do maybe just like the outside section, because that's the longest section. And see if I can curl them back into place. Not completely, they won't be like they came out the factory, but just curl them up a little bit, just so that I wouldn't have to remove that entire set until I could get more time to get her in and get a better set on her. So you want to get underneath and leave it there for a couple of minutes and then sort of curl it round. Okay, so it has really worked. Look at the difference there. Oh my God. Wow.